This is the Basketball Show with Shane the Hammer Heel and Steve Mr. Magic Garfino. Brought to you by Unibet, TCL Plex, and News Corp. What they gonna say next?
Hello and welcome to the Basketball Show. It's the Christmas edition. We got plenty of goodies to open up as presents. I'm Steve Garfino, joined on the desk by, of course, Shane the Hammer Heel. We got all kind of good stuff. Let's get into it right away. Let's go straight for hammer time.
Straight for hammer time. And who else to go for? We haven't spoken enough about my man, Slow-Mo Joe Ingles.
Yeah.
332 games as of last Sunday in a row, mate. That's unbelievable. I don't think there's enough respect for someone who could do that. That's like 11 years of playing in the NBL without losing a game, and they're playing 3 or 4 games a week.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is...
Respect, my man.
It looks like he can just get it done just in the bare minimum, you know? Like he's going by people... And he
looks like an accountant, man.
Yeah, he's poetry in slow motion. I like that statement. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again.
He is a champion. No, but with all respect to my man Joey, that is just an unbelievable effort, and it's the most in the NBA.
Okay, well, you get hammer time, and I got a Garfino call. What's up with Andrew Bogut? What's up with him? I mean, he's playing like 10 minutes. He's playing 16 minutes. Is he hurt? If he's hurt, don't play him. If he's not hurt, we want to play him. I mean, this is one of the... I mean, he was MVP of the league last year, wasn't he?
He was MVP, and he's still dominating when he's playing considerable minutes, but it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, and you're right, if you're all in, let him play. But if you're not, give him time off. Don't even warm up. Don't play 16 minutes. Give somebody else an opportunity. They're deep.
All right. So you get a rant, you get hammer time, I get the Garfino call.
This is the Starting Five, brought to you by TCL Plex smartphones.
Oh, Starting Five, you can call it Hot Topic. You can call it whatever you want, but we got some real goodies right here. How's Melo Trimble? Was his hand involved in every single play for Melbourne United against Perth?
Well, I don't know who gave him the instruction, but there was a changed mindset for him. He came out, and every time he got it, he tried to attack. Maybe he didn't think anyone could defend him, and he was right. 23.6 from 12 from the field, 6 assists, but he's Dion Cotton. He actually stepped it up. They did a great job, him and Jo Healy, of being able to stop him getting any catches. He was impressive.
Yeah, he sure was. I mean, he plays like you talk about, you know, he was playing some good ball at Kansas. It was always a question of, you know, he's just a good player on a bad team, so he's getting good numbers, but he's really showing with Melbourne United, he's got the goods.
What about Scotty Hopson? And nice guy, too. I interviewed him at the Hawks game. He is so smooth. I reckon he's going to go to another level for the next part of the season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was one of those guys that liked the big moment, liked the big shot at Tennessee in school, and he's been a pro where he has gotten big numbers, and he looks so comfortable in that situation where he's the guy they go to when they need a bucket, and at the end of the game, he was able to hit that. Looks so comfortable. I love watching a guy who's just in the moment and comfortable with the big play, hits that little side step just inside the three-point line.
And after...
Or was it behind the three-point line?
No, it was Sunday actually stole it off him, the possession before.
Yeah.
But it did not make a difference to him, flatten him down. Big hit.
Yeah, and how about Casey Prather's replacement? You know, and Melbourne United going right after it. That's the business end. That's a team that's trying to win a championship. Right away, bang.
That's what we're after, mate. That's what you have to be able to do. They did it a few years ago with Carrick Felix. We spoke about it on the show last week. Sounds like this guy's a similar type of player. They don't need a superstar. There's only one basketball to be able to share amongst the talent they've already got. So if he can defend, if he can rebound, if he can contribute at the offensive end without taking too much ball, he sounds like he's going to be good.
Yeah, Dean Vickerman does a great job of getting that player that fits into the puzzle Melbourne United with so much talent.
What about the Bullets? They were very good and changed their starting lineup. But Sobey looks like he's really struggled over the last fortnight to be able to make any impact whatsoever.
Yeah, I think Sobey's the type of player, he has to have a license. He has to have the ability to say, okay, you can make 4 turnovers as long as they're 4 aggressive turnovers. He's 3 for 15 here, and he just doesn't look comfortable. He doesn't look like he's got his foot completely on the gas, and he looks tentative at times. He looks unsure of what he's supposed to do. That's my spin on why he's struggling a little bit.
And they look better when Caddy's at the point. I think he's more natural too.
Yeah. And Cam Glidden with 28 minutes in that game goes 4 for 4 from the field, 13 points. Cam Glidden back where he belongs, and they get a win. You know, he's a winner.
Funny that.
Yeah, that's who you want to have in it. And Hawks. The Aussie Hawks. The Aussie Hawks. Okay. All right. Your imports. Are we talking about the Hawks young players or are we talking about
Both.
their imports? It would be a short conversation if we're talking about their imports.
The imports will never play again in the NBL. None of them will never ever play again in the NBL after this season. So Glover has been exceptional. I love that kid. Once he refines his three-point shot, he'll be good to go. It was exceptional.
Yeah.
And what about Sunday? Is Dech?
Let's say Dech.
Dech?
Yeah,
Sunday
this
Dech.
week we're going to say
I love that kid.
Yeah.
He, as a defender, he is one of the best defensive guards in the competition already. So when he's putting points on the board, he goes to a whole nother level. He could be a star.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you get. You know, like if you get star imports go, Aaron Brooks goes down, you get an opportunity for these young players. And the young players at Illawarra have taken that opportunity and run with it.
Wipe the imports now.
Yeah.
Just put them aside.
Yeah.
Invest time in those kids, and next year you'll get the dividends.
Yeah, and be able to keep them. Let's move on to Player of the Week. Now, every week, this is getting to be a better and better topic to talk about because we have so many good players in this competition coming with some great performances.
You'll go with an American, would you?
Yeah, I'm going with American.
There you go.
Well, you sling that thing out whenever it's convenient. I'm American.
You and
I'm
homicide.
Aussie. Hey,
you and homicide, mate. Just with the Americans.
I know. I'm going to have to talk a lot louder if you're going to compare me to him. But I'm going to go with Cam Oliver. And the reason I'm going to go with Cam Oliver because I went down to the Gong when you were calling that game. We drove down there together, and LaMelo had that triple-double. But in that game, Cam Oliver was horrible. I mean, horrible. So bad that he tweeted that no more inconsistent play from here out. He tweeted that after the game. That's how bad he was. But then how he comes up with this gem. Let me just check out the numbers right here.
Big win, too. Big win, too, against Adelaide.
He had like 15 rebounds, 21 points. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. He had a massive game, and he had block shots. He's playing on both ends of the floor.
5 blocks, 2 steals.
Okay, thanks for that. All right, he's one of those. Yeah, I know. I normally would say like that when somebody barks out the stats like that they clearly don't have a girlfriend, but no disrespect, Jen. Okay, all right.
All right, well, I'm going with Will Magnay. What a star this kid is going to be. Absolutely unbelievable. 23 points, 14 rebounds, dominated the Sydney Kings. He was 8 from 14 from the field. And the most impressive thing, he was 3 from 6 from the three-point line. I don't think he'd hit a three-pointer before that game. So you see his evolution. If he's going to play in the NBA, and I think he can, I think he will.
All right.
He has to be able to pick and pop and hit that three. His technique is very good.
Yeah.
For a big guy that's still a little bit raw. So really impressive. Couple blocks to go with that as well. He's a superstar.
Okay, let's slide right into courtside with our, what do we call them? Correspondents from all around the country. First, that's right, I was searching for that word. And first is Nick Lakovich from WA. And I want to know how Perth and Adelaide can go from the hottest teams in the competition to the coldest.
Yeah, what an extremely disappointing weekend it was for both programs in Perth and Adelaide. As you mentioned, coming in as the red-hot teams in the NBL and leaving with losses this weekend. Let's kick it off with the 36ers losses to the Hawks and the Taipans. And I want to dial in on that Hawks loss at home that set up their weekend in the negative. The split personality, the Jekyll and Hyde team, well, they showed up this weekend for the 36ers, being completely outworked and out-rebounded against the Hawks team that were missing LaMelo Ball, Boone and Anderson. And you import Billy Preston, fouling out in only just 7 minutes. You would have thought that would have given them enough excitement and energy to cement themselves in the top 4. The other concern, the out-of-form play of import Ramon Moore, averaging only just 4 points over the last 5 games. Joey Wright has some work to do again with that second group. Over to Perth, what was billed as a blockbuster game between United and the Wildcats was a fizzler for the Wildcats. And the concern there is the interior play, or lack of, from Dario Hunt and Majuk. Majuk playing only 6 minutes, Hunt playing 18 minutes again, and his minutes always dwindling down in losses and not being played in the fourth quarter. Wagstaff, vague, having to step up, and Kay playing extended minutes at the 5 spot isn't the answer. They either need to find a solution in scheming it up when they can't defend long athletic talent like Sean Long, or find a different solution. Back to you guys.
Always intriguing, our man Lacko over in the West, as is Derek Rucker, the man. What's your thoughts about the Queensland teams, mate?
Well, life is always good when you win basketball games, guys. And the Bullets and Taipans both did that over the weekend. The Bullets with the big victory of the weekend. They changed their starting lineup. They got Cam Glidden back in there, and he provided solid shooting. He provided a calmness on offense, and I thought the Bullets as a team offensively had fewer wasted possessions, and that's key as we go down the stretch as you want to make a run for the playoffs. The Taipans did a great job against the Adelaide 36ers. They were tough, and I thought that they resisted Adelaide when it looked like Adelaide were going to make a run. Coach Mike Kelly held his nerve in the final minute of that game, and they avoided the disaster like they had last weekend. Great job by the Queensland NBL teams. Guys, Merry Christmas, and I will see you next week.
D-Rock, always love what he's talking about. As I do Pyke. What's going on with the defense down south?
Yeah, what a tremendous defensive display by Melbourne over in Perth on Saturday. Going into that game, if they'd scored less than 94 points, they'd lost. But they took their D to a new level against the Wildcats. Their willingness to proactively switch screens negated a lot of Perth's flex action, and their ability to slide over the top of screens and stay connected to shooters meant that Perth were throwing up contested shots. They were locked onto the perimeter. They ended up shooting 6 of 27 from long range. It was a masterful defensive display against a pass and screen offense, but the questions still remain about Melbourne's D against penetration offense. Sydney have been able to get to the rim at will against them, and Cairns, the best pick and roll team in the competition, have also given them a lot of trouble. But guess what? Boxing Day under the stars, Melbourne v Cairns. Let's see if United's defense has improved. If they can show they can stop a penetration-based offense, then I think they're on track to be there at the pointy end of the season.
Love all the thoughts from our correspondents all around Australia. Just a short break, and we'll be back in the know with Jo. What sets us apart on the basketball show from the other basketball shows is that we have expert opinion, and this segment is no different. In the know with Jo. What have you got for us?
All right, well, we mentioned Will Magnate earlier in the show, so I had a chat with him, and, you know, he's had such a turnaround in performance this season, and that's based on some really tough conversations with the Brisbane coaching staff earlier in the season, in the pre-season, and they just said, look, this is what you need to do to go to the next level. And then he comes up with performances like he did over the weekend. I asked him, I guess, what it's like having that status now. Hammer, you were doing the broadcast and said you genuinely think he's an NBA prospect. For a kid of 21 years of age, it must be hard to not get ahead of yourself when people are, you know, showering you with that kind of praise. But he said it was really special to hear. He I guess, knows then that he's on the right track. But he really just said he didn't want to get ahead of himself. He wants to stay focused. And that's actually one thing from talking to him, anyone who's ever dealt with him, you really get an idea that this kid is genuinely focused. He's got goals, and there isn't going to be anything that's going to stop him if he can help it. I also asked him about what it's like playing against somebody like Andrew Bogut, you know, somebody with such a decorated career. He said it was awesome. He just said it was genuinely really, really special to not only play against him, but to compete against him and drop 23 points. So good on him.
I think when you hear people speak about you, it doesn't add more pressure. It actually inspires you. It knows you're on the right track and you go to another level. But we know what he can do on the court. I want to bring up his mum and dad because they are bad people. They led me astray one night in Townsville over dinner, and a long, long night. And we want equal rights. It's not just Mr. Magnay. Mrs. Magnay is bad too.
Well,
and I coached Will's younger sister as well. Really good player. Well done. So, but we love Will. Yeah. I'm a fan.
You know, his family. We talk about players being comfortable in a situation, and he not only does he look comfortable and confident and assured of, you know, the work that he's put in, but it's the work that he's put in. You can tell by his body he's been in the weight room.
Yep.
He's doing his stroke looks magnificent. Okay, so you have to be able to pick and pop, like you've said, to have a future in this game, to go to the next level, to go to the NBA. Yeah, to go to the NBA, you've got to be able to stretch the D and shoot the three, and he looks like he's been working on that thing.
Player.
Because clearly, when they played the Sydney Kings, the scouting report was he won't shoot the three because he was wide open. I believe Jordan Hunter was maybe from here to the camera away on a closeout where he had his hand up and Will knocked that three down. Oh, yeah. He won't be able to pick and pop with such ease, but he's put the work in, and that's why I like him as a guy that's going to improve and be in the NBA.
And I think he knows that he's put the work in as well. He's seeing those results, and he's confident that based on the progression that he's made, he can continue to do that. It's almost as if he's really seeing it become a reality for him. So he knows if he continues to do that, he'll get to where he wants to go.
And how's he handled the team losing, and what's going on there?
Yeah, it's a bit of a funny one. Brisbane, I mean, they're not in a bad position on the ladder necessarily, but they've had some inconsistent performances, I think. And especially their two imports, Braun and Singler, averaging, I think, about 7 points a game, which really isn't good enough. But Magnay just said they don't really listen to it. They're the typical response, we're not listening to outside noise, cool. But he genuinely sounded like the guys are still sticking together.
They mustn't be listening to our show.
Yeah.
Well,
that's how he got in the starting lineup. They're listening.
Yeah, exactly. Lamanis, right, play Will Magnate for more minutes. 33 this week, I think, which was great. But I sort of said, who is that one person who's trying to bring you guys together, who's trying to galvanise the group amid all of this pressure? And surprisingly, I thought he said Braun is. So an import who I guess you expect to have that experience, but there are a number of Australian players on that side who have been around this league for a long time, who I would have thought would actually have been the ones who were in training really pushing these guys to be better. And should be, yeah.
That's their roles. That's what they're paid to do, some of these Aussies. But good on Taylor Braun for taking that leadership.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He needs to earn his keep somehow.
Yeah, I know. And sometimes when you're struggling, you got to find ways that you can help the team. And through his leadership, that's probably what he's done. Yeah.
He needs to get rid of his crops too.
Yeah.
Just all off. By the way,
we need to have some kind of segment on hairstyles in the NBL at some point, don't we?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we got an interview coming up. We've got Adam Mobbs interviewed LaVar Ball. Now, LaVar Ball is probably the most famous father of a basketball and of an athlete that I've ever heard of, and he's very outspoken. And we got an opportunity to listen to LaVar Ball speak to Adam.
I know we don't talk too much about rumours, but there has been talk that maybe LaMelo's done enough, and with this injury that he might not come back, play the second half of the season. We'd love to keep him here. Love watching him play. Where do we stand on that?
We stand on that. It's just how the injury heals. I don't know. I mean, you got to make speculation for the media. It keeps the buzz going. Is he coming back? What's going on with it? My thing is this. I said, Melo, if you're 80%, don't come back. Be 100. If you're 100%, whether it's 1 game, 5 games, or no games left, that's when you come back. But don't rush in and have people trying to push you to come ahead of time. Make sure you are 100% and not the thing you always told me, I'm good, but you're limping. He hadn't played with a broken finger before, hurt this, hurt that, and it's like he's just a workhorse. But I have to make him understand this is better. You have a career now, so you have to understand these things. So now, as much as I push you to play, I'm trying to push you not to play now. Like, hey, slow down. So take your time. If he's 100%, I don't know how his body feels.
So if he's 100% fit, does he see out the season with the Hawks?
Oh, yes. Yeah? Yes. I'd like to finish what you start. Go ahead and finish that.
That's good because, there was a little speculation that he's done enough to put himself in that frame for the draft next season.
That's what everybody want to say, but it's easier to do that. But that's not what he loved to play. You don't want to be, I might get hurt. I don't want to do this. If you're thinking like that, don't play. This is a physical sport. It comes with the territory.
Yeah, kind of a mixed message there to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a big mixed message.
Can he let my man finish asking the question as well? Come on, LaVar.
Yeah, no, he tried to interrupt you when I was watching your interview.
It wasn't going to happen, mate. Yeah. I had the mic.
Yeah. I mean, he's got his baller brand on his head, on his body. That's a business. That's a family business. He's already projected to be the #1 pick. There is no upside to him playing.
Yeah, okay. So I, listening to, I guess, that, but also, Hammer, you had a chat with him as well. I actually genuinely took out of it that he thinks LaMelo will play again this season. So I did, and I guess you obviously didn't. But isn't it interesting that you can take different meanings from essentially the same interview.
Don't you think he's telling us what we want to hear? But he was also sending a message that he doesn't know how long it'll take to heal, but until he's 100%...
Yeah, but he doesn't know how long it will take to heal.
Of course.
Yeah.
So
that's what he's sending the message with.
Yeah, no, I guess so. I mean, he's such a polarising figure. It's been great to have him down under. But he did speak to you, and he's...
Can I just say, though, he won't?
I was just... The typical American thing comes out when he...
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to bring it up. I have to.
American party.
He was speaking...
Population of 2. Yeah.
He was speaking to Shane at the Hawks game the other night and said that until the Ball family came along, no one knew where Lithuania was. I'm sorry. Seriously?
Sabonis, Marshalinas, Olympic medals in 1996. Come on, mate. He's kidding himself. But can I just say, I don't remember playing a game at 100%.
Yeah, okay.
Honestly, don't remember playing a game where there was nothing wrong with you. There wasn't an ache, a pain, something wrong.
Yeah. Well, I think he's just kind of set us all up to the fact that he's not going to play. Why would he play? That's the question.
Well,
that's the question you have to ask.
I said it to him off
time.
camera.
Why would he play?
I wouldn't.
He would not be doing the right thing as a father to encourage his son not to play. To play.
Yeah. He's not.
Okay, so what about when Melo came in to the league at the beginning of the season, slightly underwhelming, but then all of a sudden he's progressed, he's making triple doubles. Don't you want to see him continue to...
No, he's done his job.
Gain that consistency?
He was here to go from there to there. Now he's speculated number one. He's done everything of why he came here for.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right. Well, in the know with Joe is usually something really short, sharp, concise, and it's 100%, but we don't agree with you on this one, Joe. Joe in the know.
Down here.
Joe in the know was...
I'm in Melo's corner. I want him back in the NBL.
There was a lot of gray area.
We do too.
I know. But there's nobody that is above the opinion of Shane and I, and Joe in the know is no exception.
It's time now for the Unibet game preview. Who's hot? Who's not?
All right, get your pen and paper out. It's time to make some money. Shane knows how to pick these, and you should write them down and take advantage of that. Let's go with our Unibet previews. The Cairns Taipans at Melbourne United.
Cracking game that will be. Cairns on fire. Massive game for them. They need to be able to pick one up on the road, but I don't think they will. Not against our men down at Melbourne United. Another critical one for them because now they're not trying to save fourth spot. They've actually got second spot right in their views after a big win against Perth. I'm going 1-10 for Melbourne.
With that slow start for Melbourne United, you know, like I wasn't panicking. This is a team coached by Dean Vickerman. They've got champions on the team, able to turn it around, getting their key players back. Love to see them. 1-10 for them as well. New Zealand at the Brisbane Bullets. The hot Brisbane Bullets. Cam Glidden's back.
Brisbane Bullets should win this game, but I'm going for an upset.
Ooh.
I'm going for an upset. I've been that impressed by Hopson and the other man, Sek Henry. He was really good against Illawarra as well. I'm going to go New Zealand 1-10 in a big upset. Pretty big odds there, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Brisbane. How'd you like Sek Henry's little stutter step Euro?
3 threes at the start of the fourth. He was great.
Yeah, nice.
You liked his rhythm. I liked his shot.
I know, a little lefty.
Right.
Okay. Perth at the Sydney Kings.
Sydney Kings will be too good. They will make a statement. I'm going to go the Kings 11+ against the Perth Wildcats.
Yeah, Perth Wildcats. Different team on the road. I think Sydney going to get that one 1-10. Illawarra Hawks at Southeast Melbourne Phoenix.
I'm going to go Southeast Melbourne 11+. I love these young Hawks, but they are just not going to be able to get it done. Southeast Melbourne are going to be desperate as well. So 11+, that'll be a big win. High-scoring game too.
All right, that's my upset. I'm going to go with Illawarra. I'm going to go with Illawarra. You know what?
Cut it out, mate.
It's an upset. It's, of course, it's not likely, but it's an upset. I got these young guys rallying together with their opportunities, scoring a big game.
Mate, if Illawarra beats Southeast
Here we
Melbourne,
go. You're going to do the next show naked.
No, that's not good. But I will get the...
There is the desk right here. You can't really see anything too offensive.
I will get a little trim looking like Mitch Creek.
Oh, all right. Okay, good. You can see that. That is above the desk. All right. I lost my train of thought there. I like Illawarra. I said that already. New Zealand at the Adelaide 36ers. Titletown. They still calling it that?
Well, they're struggling a little bit, but I'm going to go with Adelaide in this one. 1-10. They need to be able to bounce back. Disappointing couple of games for them after being really hot.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1-10 on the back of Jerome Randall. Brisbane Bullets at Melbourne United.
I'm going to go Melbourne United 11+. I think they're going to have to get 2 in a row, and I think they'll do that. Brisbane still trying to find their way. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, second leg of a double. I think that it's going to be Melbourne United by 11+ as well. Sydney Kings on the road, down in the Gong. Illawarra Hawks. Who do you like?
Well, I mean, the total contrast of budget and talent. So I think they'll go down there and win 11+, the Sydney Kings.
Okay, I agree. Moving on to the NBA, Christmas Day, Boxing Day games.
I love these.
Oh, I know.
My family's not going to see me. Do not interrupt. Well, I don't want to hear. Just let me watch the basketball.
All right.
Starting early too. 4 a.m.
4 a.m. start. The Boston Celtics are at the Toronto Raptors, who have a depleted roster with all those injuries.
Siakam,
key players.
Powell,
Yeah.
Gasol. 3 starters, but they picked up a big win today as we're shooting this show. I'm going to go Boston, though. That'll be a high-scoring game. I'm going to go 1-10 for the Boston Celtics.
I agree. Milwaukee Bucks at the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't even know what their arena is called.
76ers are sucking lately.
Yeah.
They really are. They're dropping games that they shouldn't drop. Look a bit disinterested. Milwaukee Bucks, for me, look great, even without Bledsoe. I'm going to go Milwaukee 1-10.
Milwaukee 1-10.
Higher.
I like that. The Greek Freak shooting threes in transition. Oh my God! If he can get consistent at that, watch out! Unbelievable. All right, so we got the Houston Rockets at Golden State Warriors.
I mean,
D'Angelo Russell, went crazy. He can score some points.
He can.
He can score some points, but
they suck. I got to go Houston. I don't even like tipping Houston. Yeah. Definitely wouldn't back them, but I'm going to go Houston 11+.
Houston 11+, and I know I said I would pick any team that Houston's playing against, but come on, they're playing Golden State. I can't do it then. I don't like Houston, but I'm not insane. Yeah. Okay. The Clippers, the Clip Show against the Lake Show. It's in the same. They play at the Staples Center anyway. So is it a home game for the Lake? Who cares?
Flip of the coin, baby.
All
this
right.
one. This
Lakers.
is going to. Yeah. I'm going to go Lakers.
I'm going to go Lakers. 10. Yeah.
They've lost a couple on the road. They lost 2 in a row on the road. Lost to the Bucks, but I think they bounced back. But that's a game that could go either way.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go the Lakers just because I believe they're the kings of LA, and it doesn't just sound right. The Clippers are the best team in LA. No, I can't say that.
Well, they have been.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to say it though.
Yeah.
I know. Even though I just did, it came out of my mouth. The New Orleans Pelicans against the Denver Nuggets. They're at Denver, the Mile High City.
How did New Orleans get a game on Christmas Day?
New Orleans.
How?
New Orleans.
They shouldn't be on Christmas Day.
I know.
I'm going to go
young
Denver.
Talent.
Go Denver 11+. They don't normally win by big margins, I don't think, but they will.
Yeah. They're inconsistent, the Pelicans. They shouldn't even be there. Let's go with the Mile High City team, the Denver Nuggets. I'll go with them too. But that's all the time we have, Shane, for 2019, closing out the year, my brother.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Oh, I know. Okay,
and everyone's family. Stay healthy.
All
Hope you get lots of Chrissy.
Okay, you can get an Apple Podcast to check us out. Thanks to our sponsors, Unibet, TCL Plex smartphones, and of course, News Corp Australia. Happy holidays from Jumpin' Jo Healy. Is she still Jo Healy? She's married now.
Sure.
I'm not sure.
Okay, with Joe. We'll
maybe should address that when we had her on the show. Okay, I'm Steve Carfino, Shane Hill. We'll see you in 2020.
This is a co-production by News Corp Australia and Closer Sports.